Where my biggest fall off is happening is when patients finish a plan of care and getting them into more of the wellness maintenance part. And I think what it is, listening to everything, is that the conversations, maybe even from the first phone call and in the eval of mapping out, and then we have this, and I also just don't know, a lot of my patients already work with a trainer outside of coming to me, so how do I get what I'm gonna offer to be different on that wellness side? So that this stuff is just kind of newer for me, taking off of like, what kinds of things do I need to align up with my current patients? So those of you that are doing well with those kinds of programs, but setting yourself aside from personal training, because I don't want to call it personal training, or I don't even know if I want to call it maintenance. I mean, I guess I don't know how to brand it or what's working well for people. Making that.
So by and large, it's irrelevant what you call it, right? And there's the first lesson. Is it that big of a deal if it's the accelerator program versus the new patient fucking getting acquisition program? What matters most is the promise. Grow your business by 250% using automated systems. Oh, that's what I want. If you get me, right? So the problem's marketing. In that you're not going to offer personal training, you're going to solve problems. The person that you're coming up against is a personal trainer. That's irrelevant. What needs to be positioned is the mule is personal training to achieve an outcome, right? And now your brain assumes, well, that's what the personal trainer is doing with them. Their brain doesn't associate personal training with that outcome because that personal trainer has never connected them to it. Make sense? It doesn't work. Your brain doesn't make a connection between the thing that it's bought and the bigger life-changing transformation that when you start to communicate, that's what they realize that you're buying. Much like my story about Queen and Freddie Mercury this morning. Now I know what I'm listening to. It's a different feeling that I have about why I might now listen to all of his songs, where in the past one came on the radio and it's like, switch it off. I kind of like, I get it and I see the thing, but because now I'm connected to the story and what they stood for and what he stood for and everything else, I'm significantly more likely to listen to the same song and probably go buy it, download it and do whatever. So my purchase decisions have changed because I understand the real meaning of what I'm doing for people. Follow? That if you're trying to sell a maintenance program, it's all to do with the positioning. But what has to happen is it's got to be congruent with the reason that they came in the first place. I can't take you off on a side tangent and I can't start to tell you something. I can, but it's very, very difficult to do so. If I start with a store in New York City that sells hats, cool. A logical next step might be a shirt to match it. And then the logical next step might be the jeans and the shoes, like the full kind of rig. But if I went off and started selling like pillows and cushions, it might work. And I might end up like Urban Outfitters with a few clothes and a few books, and that's fine, that may work. But what is more likely to work is when I bring them through the door for the one core product. And then the next step is the logical next one that they need. So they've got healthy, now they need to keep healthy. We've kind of got you moving, we've got your tone, we've got your flexibility. Now we need to keep it. But if I'm speaking to them about pain relief, which is where it nearly always goes back to, their current belief of what they believe you're doing for them is pain relief. Like that's the thing that you've got to abolish from the get-go. That the marketing has to do that we stand for significantly more than that. Make sense?
Yeah, no, so the problem was several steps back.
It's always further back. And if you're trying to introduce the maintenance plan, for example, you might start to say to your PTs, hey, we've got this really great idea that I've seen Clark do. Great, right? And this is what will go on if I let it. I've got this great idea. I'm part of this Facebook group and I'm part of this program. And I think one of these things that we should do is this thing that this really cool PT is doing that's having a lot of success. He sells this thing. So what I want you to do at the end of every session, I want you to sell this thing to the patients. Right at the end, when they complete their plan of care, I want you to offer them this thing, right? And everyone's excited and was like, cool, they're gonna buy it and they're all gonna like check out and swipe their credit cards and stuff. And then a month later, we're like, how did it go? How did it go? Well, we didn't sell many of the things. So what should we do? Let's change the thing we're selling. And then it's like, somebody drops back into the Facebook group, hey, that didn't work, anybody else selling anything else? And it's like, well, I've got this thing that we can sell, cool, can you send me the videos, can you send me the scripts, can you send me whatever, and I'll sell that thing as well. It's like, this one's definitely gonna work. So what I want you to do, guys, is stop selling the last thing, and in the final session with the patient, offer them this thing for them to buy. And a month later, well, that one didn't work either. And then it's like, oh, fuck this, nobody wants to buy wellness in this town. Nobody wants to buy any, we tried cash upsells and we tried all of this stuff. And it's the process that you're putting them through. I need to be told about the upsell process very quickly. Most of you are in this room because when you took Accelerator, fucking day later I told you about Mastermind. I didn't wait till the end and go, oh, hey, I've got this thing. Because you'd gone, oh, hang on, I need time to think about it. I need time to mentally work out how this fits on my journey. All right, I'll do it at the start. So you've got 6 weeks to think about it. And I'll make a few references to it. I'll show you some videos. I'll put you inside of a Facebook group with everybody in Mastermind. Oh, now I can feel this. I get it. Sound familiar to anybody? Fuck, what? Let me watch the calls. Let me be part of it. Let me see this thing. But that's tactical. From a strategic point of view, it was let me come to my own conclusion that this is what I want. And I'll only do that with time.
Thanks for watching this video. And if you found it helpful, and if you now find yourself thinking, I wonder what else this person can help me with, head over to paulgough.com/books, where you can find my best-selling books, which will show you how to add more profit to your practice. Or send an email to paul@paulgough.com to ask about how we can help you accelerate the growth and profitability of your clinic. And by the way, if you know anybody who would find this helpful, please share this video out. Thanks so much.